Here we are on day 2 of the Heartbeat of America build. 2 glass windows right here, one on each side. 2 JL W6s, 4 actually, 2 per chamber. The hole in the back of the box there you see, yeah, in this top portion is get your hand in there for access for screwing down the back of the metal work that's going to go on the front of this box. This box will have another wall that comes up here and goes back over, and amplifiers will be placed on each back side of the wall with a Heartbeat of America metal piece that was made to go on this box. So for sure I'll get you some more looks at that. I don't get to paint this one. This one's being painted by the customer, or being wrapped possibly, not sure. But I'll get the lid, all of this, and kind of remove it. Just show you what's going on the inside of the box. This is a piece that I made just to follow the contour along the back, the bottom wall that's going to go on it. And just a simpler look of what's going on the inside. It has 2 more port walls that go on it. They will go right here, something like that. There you go. Of course, we'll have another port wall going back the other side. 6-inch combined port, splits off into a T and breaks off into 2 3-inch ports for each chamber. Okay, I've got the back glued on. Get away from it so you can see it. That's how tall the overall structure will be. But it'll only come out a couple of inches out to here, and it'll curve. It'll curve around into. I've got that curve right. You see it standing against the wall over there. This is the top that's fixing to go on. 3/4 inch glass. 2 windows looking down into each chamber to see the magnets and the motors. You'll notice I use screws, and I use a very strong hot glue that I use on everything for my lights. This just makes the seal. This just reinforces the screws, makes it airtight. In case there's a piece of debris trapped under here that you can't see. Alright, as you can see, I've got quite a few clamps on the frame bezel border, we'll call it. As you can see, frame around the inner part. That will have LEDs, I'm told, tucked up underneath there to hide it. It also hides all the joinery when you're looking straight on, so you don't see the box construction. Like right here, the frame here hides these joints, you know, going back this way. I chose 1/2-inch material because it's flexible, so that I could just bend that without kerfing it. I've got one more piece to put in here. It'll get bent too. You can see the bend in it. That one's going to be a little harder to bend because the whole middle section is solid, so I may have to kerf that one a little bit. Okay, so this is the final piece that I'm putting on. This is the piece that was glued on last night, the bezel frame that I talked about. This is the upper portion, and this is the Heartbeat logo. So I decided I would see how this middle portion was going to bend up, because it's a solid piece from from here to the other amp window. I didn't know if I was going to have to kerf it, like cutting a bunch of slits in it to make it bend easier, but it bent up looked like it bent up just fine, and I decided to leave the weight on it overnight just to get a so it would take this shape, and I won't have to do much I won't have to force it very much today. I'll pull this off and talk about these boards underneath. The amps, he didn't want the amps mounted on the flat part of the wall right here, because he didn't want the amps to be higher up here and be deeper here. So he wanted he wanted the amps to stick out the same amount, protrude the same amount everywhere out the window. So to accomplish that, I just laid in a board at an angle in here, and I'm fixing to take this piece off, and I'll show you that. Okay, so the beauty board has been removed. You can see where the amplifiers will mount on these two boards. Nothing fancy, just glued in. The hole you're seeing is for running wires in and out, but its main purpose was to allow access to these standoffs to mount the metal logo to the front of this board. This piece here is very important. This piece allows me to follow the same contour as the top piece, and then know exactly where to position it so it couldn't push in and out to make it rigid. Okay, all finished up. There's a look at the finished product. The Heartbeat of America logo is mounted. This is a really nice piece of metalwork. I'll give you show you the detail they did on it. You know, the swirl pattern in the metal looks great. Oh, this is some kind of a painted, I don't know how they achieved the blue stripes on it, but it looks very good. You see they inlaid America over the top of some unfinished steel. No doubt they did all this with a CNC machine plasma cutter. He wanted the slight radius in the logo, and you can look down the side and the top, you can see the radius that the whole box has everywhere on it. Just to give you a look at the back of it, this is the hole I was mentioning earlier. You can see there's one of the screws, there's another screw, and another one. So this is how you get your hand in here to tighten that on. Also, you'll be able to run your wires back through there to your amplifiers. To get these far side screws, you have to access it from this side and just stick your hand in here on this side. So needless to say, you need to mount your the Heartbeat first, and then put your amplifiers in. He's going to paint this. I'm told it might be blue on the inside. He's going to add his own lights, and I think he's going to backlight this, which should look very cool. Lay in some LEDs behind here, and you'll have a glow all the way around the Heartbeat of America logo.